Na 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 na.
Two dads, one dad. 2D, 1D goes to the movies. Episode 59, Roadhouse. Episode 59, Roadhouse, is brought to you by First Shield Defense, Fort Wayne's best place to learn how to defend yourself from actual violence. First Shield Defense specializes in concealed carry training and unarmed self-defense. First Shield Defense will be doing a one-of-a-kind vehicle and defense training seminar this Saturday, September 17th. Fight with or without your firearm in a close-quarter environment in and around your vehicle. Learn dominant shooting angles, best drawing practices, up-close fighting, and test your skills in their scenario challenge. This course is designed to inform you and allow you to get many repetitions in a safe training environment. Visit their Facebook, Instagram, and website for all the details. www.firstshieldefense.com. Fort Wayne.
As always, you can listen to us on Spotify, Apple Podcast, iHeartRadio, iTunes. Is that still a thing? Check it out on your Zune. Google, Amazon. And for your viewing pleasures, we are on the YouTubes.
Click
Smash the like.
there.
Hit
Yep,
the subscribe,
he's
baby.
got it. It's down. Boom. Take us in, Skur.
Oh,
Drop
we're
that
ready
beat.
already.
Drop the fucking beat. I was thinking of a Roadhouse theme to play, and it would just be the Jeff Healey band. But like, I don't think anybody knows those songs. So,
No, I don't think they do.
all right, we made it. Episode 59. Holy hell, we're almost to 100. This one is a special one, near and dear to my heart. We are doing 2D, 1D goes to the movies, Roadhouse.
Roadhouse.
For those of you
Roadhouse.
that have been under a rock for the last, I don't know how long, it's arguably Patrick Swayze's greatest movie of all time. So,
Arguably. I mean, there's
Arguably.
arguments.
hot take, debate.
That's why we're the Hot
but
Takes podcast.
to give it context, or I should say to preface what the 2D, 1D movie episodes are, we basically take a movie. The reason for choosing Roadhouse was not only because it just got announced that Jake Gyllenhaal is going to be kind of recreating it, they're redoing it.
Puke.
I'm a glass half full guy with it, but I'm also a huge Jake Gyllenhaal fan. He's
Yeah.
arguably one of my, top 3 like smoke bros. So
Okay.
it makes sense. And then also we have, when this episode pierces your guys' ears, it will be Swayze's death day, his birthday death day. So
RIP, baby.
September 14th. In 2009, actually, he died of pancreatic cancer. Pancreatic?
Pancreatic.
Yeah, cancer. So sad. 57 years old. But to start, though, I do have a hot take.
All right.
It's a Hot Takes podcast.
I think his death enhanced his legacy and legendary status. I said, I personally didn't want to see him become that guy just holding on to dear life like Stallone and Arnold Schwarzenegger. Like, I think he had a lane, and it was literally to do, like, early on, I mean, not even rom-coms, just dramas, which I think is a better choice for him, hands down. And then it's just guy action movies.
Yeah.
Like, it was...
Especially traumatic death. Cancer, obviously, the big C.
Yeah.
It's a terrible way to go. And
it
that's
is.
always going to be like, well, he fought to the end and always did this thing, and then we'll always remember him by his greatest. And then it's always just highlights of what he did.
Yes. But no, so anyways, our movie episodes, we have categories that we do. We do a worst and the best from the movie, and then at the very end, we rank it based off of a relationship type style. Those categories are, pull it up on YouTube. So again, the movie, if you were to explain it to somebody and you had to tell them, hey, pull up this scene, this is what's going to get you going. It'll get your jollies off. Like, that would be the scene. The Milnear Moment. Skur, you want to explain what Milnear is?
Yeah, so those of you that aren't up to date on your Avengers Marvel Universe, basically that is Thor's hammer in an Endgame. Cap summoned it for the first time in the MCU, and it was a moment that blew people's minds, quite frankly.
Honestly.
Some
Still
might
gives
call
me
it
chills.
boner alert.
Oh, yes. And, I mean, at the end of the day, not every movie is going to... I mean, that's high-end
Yeah.
moments where your mind's blown.
Yes.
But we try to basically kind of recreate that in a fun way. Like, what was the part of the movie where you're like, oh, didn't see that coming, or oh, my gosh.
That's
Plot
the part.
twist.
Yes.
WTF. And then I have, because we always do one unique category, hopefully, for each movie. I came up with Swayze Speed Dating, which I will fill you guys in on when we get there.
The double
Love
deuce.
that.
Yeah, we have Bazzaro Jerry, so replacing the lead character with a different gender, right?
Correct. Switch it
Yeah,
up.
switch it
the
up.
roles.
So male, female, female, male, whatever you identify as. And then what is You Should Be Furious?
You Should Be Furious is where we take a Fast and the Furious character and implement them into this movie and see where they would fit and who would they be.
A little
Infuse
plug and
it.
play.
Yes.
Yeah.
Flex play, if you will. So yeah, without further ado, though, I want to start by saying it's crazy to me that Patrick Swayze, you want to guess how tall he is?
I'm going to guess like 5'7".
5'9".
Okay, you guys were on. You already knew. He's 5'10". I thought it was very surprising because I said he gets shot on camera like he's a fucking giant.
I
Like,
thought you'd be bigger.
I was gonna say they said it 9 times in the movie.
Okay, I walked right into that. Okay, but no, I said to give it context, leading up to Swayze having, again, arguably one of the greatest 4-movie runs in history. He films The Outsiders in 1983, which in the actual time it was filmed and made, crazy. Like the cast was insane. So you have Emilio Estevez, Matt Dillon, The Karate Kid, Rob Lowe, and fucking Tom Cruise.
The Karate Kid.
Yeah.
Get out of here.
Insane.
I mean, at that time,
Yeah.
pretty big dude. It's Ralph Macchio.
Yeah, and I tried rewatching it just because I feel like all of us three being like the movie like buffs and just nerds that we are, there's like a list of movies you should watch before you die. This one's always been on it, and it's just too slow and I think just dated for me. Like I can't get through it.
Get into it.
Yeah. And then he does Red Dawn with Charlie Sheen in 1984, which anybody knows Charlie Sheen was just like the guy.
Yeah.
Like he
Tiger's
was
blood, baby, running through his veins.
But I put with both of those, Swayze just had something that naturally gravitated you towards him. Like I feel like he always controlled the camera, everything. Like he was just that guy.
Yeah.
You just knew he had something. He's got a spark. He's got the magic. It's nice. So
He did.
yeah, he does those two. And then he goes on this run of Dirty Dancing in 87, Roadhouse in 89, Ghost in 90, Point Break 91. I don't know if it'll ever be topped.
I mean,
It absolutely
we
has
talked
been
about
topped.
it. I mean, we've
100%.
talked about it.
Yeah, but I don't know.
I mean,
It's pretty good.
it is,
Yeah,
but
it's
you are conveniently leaving out a couple in there. Like when you say a 4-movie run, most
He
people
had
are thinking
no movies in between.
consecutive.
To my knowledge.
he had Steel Dawn.
There? Yeah.
He had Tiger, Warsaw, and Next of Kin between Dirty Dancing and Ghost.
Next of Kin, though, was like kind of a shitty Western, right?
Well, the
Couldn't tell you, I didn't
adjective you
watch
just used there
Yeah.
is the key phrase there.
Below par.
Correct.
Yeah.
Not up to Swayze standards.
Not greatest 4-movie run.
Yeah.
Right. Yes.
But I thought it was crazy, though, that he literally does go drama, romance, guy movie, drama, romance, guy movie. Do you want to guess which movies made more in the box office?
Dirty Dancing.
I'm going guy movies.
Just of his 4 historic movie run that he was in.
Which one did the most?
Yeah.
Actually, I'll probably say Ghost
I'll say Ghost.
because it's later.
Yeah. Ghost made
Yeah.
half $500 million.
Good for him,
That's
man.
pretty good, right? 1990.
Yeah, insane. And then I thought it was
What's
crazy.
that today dollars?
$2 billion.
Have you ever wanted
Easily.
to do pottery more in your life?
I mean,
No, I think it did it. I think everybody recreated that.
Absolutely.
just
100%.
weird. It's too messy. But Dirty Dancing was second. Roadhouse was actually 4th on the
course.
list. But it's weird that, again, you bring in like a very big like female audience or just like the other side of it.
Yeah.
Money just skyrockets.
Yeah.
So yeah, appeal to everybody or the majority. But
Will Smith.
yeah, the IMDb Roadhouse overview. Roadhouse is a 1989 American action film directed by Rowdy Harrington and starring Patrick Swayze as a cooler at a newly refurbished roadside bar who protects a small town in Missouri from a corrupt businessman. Sam Elliott co-stars as a bouncer and the mentor friend.
That's what it says? That's the description?
Yeah.
Love it.
Wade.
I love it. Yeah, just like the most, vague. I couldn't even tell you. But without further ado, the first category, pull it up on YouTube. Dut. Go for it.
Pull it up on YouTube. Has to be. I'm not gonna say the very beginning one, but
Okay.
it's like after he fires the nephew, and then he's in the office,
Yeah.
and he has like the white T-shirt, and dude just pulls out the Rambo knife.
Yeah.
Out of
He's like,
nowhere.
"You scared of me now, Dalton?
Big
I
bad
want you-"
Dalton.
Yeah, it just slices him.
Yeah.
Like the lawyer comes over after he kicks him through the window, and then he gets sliced by the lawyer. or
This
whoever
liquor
the
is
guy
served by
Yeah.
Brad Wesley.
Wesley.
Yeah.
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 And then he just takes it and he's like, all right, man. And like, you see it in the beginning, like the very first scene, dude just has the pig sticker and just slices his arm real
Yeah.
quick. And he just never flinches, never does anything. I'm just like,
Man of Steel.
all right, let's see it. And then he just takes on the 3 guys. And you're just like, all right, this dude is, and like, profusely bleeding blood. It was
Oh,
the
yeah.
most realistic blood scene I had seen in like an 80s movie. Because the dude had all over his jacket. It's all over the windowsill. It's literally dripping everywhere.
He has a
I'm just
white
like,
shirt on,
Oh,
and
yeah.
it's just seeping.
But
Yeah.
you want to know what I'm so glad you brought up that scene and it just sparked it for me. I find it so funny with movies. The window and glass and everything is never real.
Oh, no.
in real life, if you even like look at glass wrong, it cuts you.
Yeah.
And this guy straight up falls over a
And
broken
they're
like
just running on it, already sliced open. I'm
Yeah.
just like, all right, man.
Like anytime people like land and their hands go down, I think in real life I'm like, your hands are done.
Oh, yeah.
You are now Edward like glass
There's-
hands.
Yeah,
like
there's glass stuck in you everywhere. You go to the hospital, they're just pulling shards. Like,
Yeah. And then I that he comes out on top still too, and the one guy's just like, yeah, we did it.
he's like, that's why I hired you.
And he just goes to the hospital just casually. He's like, all right.
Well, and I mean, in the grand scheme of things, and I think it even happens prior to that, he sees a guy walk into the bar with this like razor thin knife out of his boot.
Right
As soon as he walks in, right boot. He doesn't see this Rambo machete on a guy that's
No.
a foot in front of him.
Had it tucked.
And I think that.
Yeah.
Come
I love how he
Dalton.
didn't put his feet up or his fists up until like after the third swipe.
Yeah.
He was like, you thought this guy was just playing.
Oh
with
yeah.
you?
He just like does the
He was just
dodge.
like, okay, all right, okay. Now you want a piece of me?
And I'll give it to him. Swayze in his heyday looked like he was just a scrapper. Like he's had the stance and everything. I'm like, this guy fucking.
I mean, it was
Yeah.
a terrible stand. This is the worst.
No,
I
he
mean, it wasn't worse than Wade's, but it was bad.
But Wade's old. Okay.
He's the best in the biz.
He is the best.
He's getting
he was the
old.
best.
Man.
Yeah.
He's getting old.
All right, Scare Dad, what's your pull up on YouTube moment?
So mine, it kind of combines two scenes, but they run literally back to back. So it's from when he basically accepts the job. So he's walking in and he's telling everybody, you know, you're fired, you want out.
Yep.
Basically the be nice scene.
Yeah.
Just be nice.
So spoiler alert, I have it too. It's the cooler scene, so we'll riff.
Right. And then it immediately goes right into like the first day on the job. So it goes
Yeah.
transitions into the night. Guy comes in, has the chick dancing on the bar, and then one guy looks at him and is like, what am I supposed to do?
He's just like, get
He's
her
like,
down.
get her down.
Yeah.
Gets pushed away.
Yeah.
Then he gets punched in the face and he wants to fight. He looks at, you know, Swayze. He's like, no,
Yeah.
go get her down.
Just kind of
Be nice.
Oh yeah.
And then he gets punched. Guy pulls out a knife. And Swayze's like, nope, now you got to go. Puts his head through a table and is like, get this guy out of here.
Oh, just
And then it was like-
grabs him.
And just
Dalton.
Yeah.
Who's that?
calmly, and then just calmly brings the lady down off
Just
the
like
thing,
nothing happened. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, this is how you do
You
things.
might as well go
Yeah.
get your boyfriend. His
Also,
teeth are somewhere here, somewhere there.
The summer teeth. The dude she's dating is fucking ugly for a dude too. Like it's weird. I didn't get a good look at her, but I can't imagine. I think she could do
The
better.
clientele
I mean,
at the
she's-
Double
yeah.
Deuce is not great.
I
So-
didn't know what kind of clientele they had at the Double Deuce, dude.
Well, and talk
Either
about
you ride Harleys or you're a prostitute. I just didn't know
Yeah.
what was going on.
there's moments in the movie, and I feel like again it's just the times, but obviously you're smoking and stuff in there. That's fine. There's guys just full on topless, like shirtless,
Oh,
just
yeah.
dancing in
That
their
dude had-
Levi's.
I did had fucking Jordan 1s on.
Yeah.
And a no shirt just dances to the house band
Yeah, I was like, what is going on?
behind
But I
the
love,
razor wire. And I'm just like, all right.
yeah, and every third song they just chuck bottles at the band.
You're paid to play. No,
Yeah.
no breaks for this guy.
Yeah, I was just like, Jesus. But I
Oh,
said,
blind Bobby over here, dude.
I thought it'd be interesting, like in this day and age, if the movie got remade. One, I think it would just be terrible because they would try to go rom-com with it. Like I'm hoping with Jake Gyllenhaal's version, they keep to the roots and they don't fuck it up. But I think in that,
Don't remake it. Make it a version where it's like years
Continued.
later or
Yeah,
the
it's just the
kids.
Double Deuce
yeah,
later.
don't just remake it.
yeah. But I said they would plug in like I'd love to see like Maroon 5 just in the cage, like that'd be great for today's band. But no, yeah, mine's the cooler scene because I love that he's just like, you are the bouncers and I am the cooler, and he
Yeah.
just like establishes dominance. But it's like the most calm, cool, and collected dominance. But you just respect the hell out of it, and he's just like, be nice. Well, what if somebody calls my mama a whore?
Is
she?
Is she?
It's the best. It's one of the best lines.
Bang! I'm just like, yes.
Oh, calling me a cocksucker ain't personal?
No, it's two adjectives
adjectives.
for
Yeah,
to get a reaction. But I think to your point though,
it's good.
and that's also one of the reasons why we're doing this episode is that that's what made Swayze to me is like you believed him.
Yeah.
Like
Every time.
he's commanding
5'10"
his
and all.
presence. I think at this time when he's taking the job on, 4 people have already mentioned, I thought you'd be bigger.
Yeah.
So it's like clearly they're hammering into you that he's not a big guy.
Yeah.
But everybody's listening to him.
Yeah.
Like their life depended on it.
And here's the crazy thing is he's coming from, in the beginning, he's working, I want to say it's either East Coast or West Coast.
Well, his license plate from the Mercedes he drives is New York.
Okay, so East Coast.
Yeah.
Goes to fucking Missouri, and
Yeah.
they're still like, you know who the fuck that is? It's fucking Dalton, man. And it's like,
That's how you know you're in the biz.
we don't
baby.
have the World Wide Web. And these
No, I
people
was
are
thinking
like,
about that
holy
same thing.
shit. Like the wave of just like
That's
chatter.
Dalton. And then it's like, he's still not Wade Garrett. There's still somebody more famous than that guy.
Right.
Yeah. It's like, fuck. Okay. But yeah, so mine was the cooler scene. Yeah, it sets it up to be like, this guy is the fucking man.
Oh, yeah.
Like, he's going to run the show. Okay, the Milnear Moment. I'll start and then we'll keep
I'm
rodeoing.
pretty sure we all have the same Milnear moment.
Go ahead.
So mine is blowing up Red's house into what is an absolute out for blood street fight.
Yes.
Same?
No.
I mean, it's not. It's that scene, but not the moment.
No. Okay. So I don't want to say I was forced to watch it, but like my mom had all these movies growing up, and again, in hindsight, I'm like, your music was fucking awesome. Your movies were fucking awesome. Like, I think I'm just an old soul. I'm
Martha
accepting
gets it, dude.
Yeah. But I said it's really weird to me, even rewatching it now, the trash talk that fucking what's Brad Wesley's right hand? Jimmy.
Yeah.
He's just like puts Swayze in a headlock, has him like almost beaten, and he's just like, I used to fuck guys like you in prison, and you're like, Jesus, Jimmy, like pump the brakes, brother.
He used to eat pieces of shit for breakfast.
Yeah. And it's like, okay. And then out of nowhere, he breaks, his leg in the tree. He catches it, snaps it. And then it's just on from there, just fucking combo. I mean, times 2, times 3, times 4. Swayze's piecing him up.
Yeah.
And then just fucking bear claws his neck out. Like,
That's a throat rip, dude.
Yeah.
That's the Milnear moment.
yeah.
Is the throat rip.
Because you're like, Jesus. And then he drags him into the water, dead body and all, after he just got basically told from his girlfriend that he sucks.
Yeah.
And he's just screaming Wesley. And in that moment,
It just shoves the body across the river.
Like,
And I'm
there's,
all right.
I can't imagine, I would try to think of it, a bigger middle finger moment of just like, you sent your best. Fuck him.
Yeah.
Sorry, Brad.
And it's like,
Damn.
to go off it, obviously, my Milnear moment is the throat rip. It's the throat rip. That's 100%. You hear about it all the time, and
Yes.
it's like the John Wick. I heard he killed a man with a pencil.
Literally, yes.
Yeah,
That's
basically
okay.
what- So everybody's
Yeah.
like, dude, throat. Gone. Ripped it right out of somebody. And they're like, bullshit.
Oh,
And then he's
yeah.
sitting there, and you're talking to fucking Wade when they're just dancing all night, and then they go to the diner, and he just starts dancing at 7 in the morning with his chick.
Yeah.
Like, hey, I'm trying to take you.
Yeah.
She's like, all right.
I thought that
And
was
then he's just like, hey, man, she never told you she was married, and if a guy pulls a gun on you, it's either get killed or kill him. And I was just like, God damn. And then I love it right after he does it. He like almost tries to go into regret mode, like, oh, looking at his hand, I did it again. Oh no. But then immediately just walks over and taunts a dead body.
Yes.
And says, fuck you, Wesley, and just sends him his man back.
Dude, fight or flight kicked in, and he
Power move.
fucking fought.
Oh yeah.
Insane. Yeah.
Yeah.
Great.
See, I initially had throat rip,
Yeah.
and like I get it,
Square pick.
but
That's classic.
well, it
Square
kind of is because I
Yeah.
mean they alluded to it multiple times.
Oh, yeah.
Like it's like, oh, he ripped a guy's throat out.
and you're like,
just
when am I gonna see it?
Right, like,
Yeah.
and then there's clearly one guy.
Yes.
Like they interact in the bar like multiple times. Like, okay, they're gonna get down at some point.
Yeah.
But again, it's like for me, I was thinking when I first saw it, and they kind of foreshadow this too with the guy that just drives that insanely big monster truck.
Yeah.
And you're just like, whatever. But he just takes it to the dealership.
Yeah.
And is
Oh,
just
yeah.
like, see ya. This isn't a thing anymore. And I'm like, what?
On grand opening day, too.
Yeah, dude.
And I
I'm
was
telling
just
you,
like,
man.
holy
Or
shit.
no, I think it was just like they had a new line of like Woody wagons come in or
Yeah.
something.
Yeah,
but
they-
either way, the
Because they were
dealer
like
gets
slowly
leveled.
trying to like make it sound like they weren't afraid of it, Garrett anymore.
Yeah.
Or not Garrett, but
Wesley.
Wesley.
Yeah.
He's like,
Yeah.
nope, I'm going to show you.
Yeah.
And it's like, what?
So same
Never
thing.
thought you'd plan against me.
But
Yes.
same thing with our Milnear moment too is the scale that Brad Wesley went to. Like, you blew up this old man's house. Like,
Yeah.
Like, Dalton's not even in there, and you're just like, fuck this old guy. Like, he's gonna be like, part of the payback.
Everybody's catching these hands.
Like, yeah.
Automotive, audio. You sold him a windshield? Fuck you. You're out of here, dude.
Yeah. Fucking it. And
House,
was
you gave him a
insane.
room? Out of here, dude.
Done.
I'm going to just blow up the barn that he's in.
Or no, excuse. Red is the
The guy who owns the house.
No, he
No.
owns the
Or no, the
automotive.
auto-
auto shop.
place,
Oh
yeah.
yeah, I
Emmett.
forget what the old Emmett.
Emmett.
Yeah, it blows up
Yeah.
Emmett's house, but I'm just like, this is insane. But yes, that actually is really funny that you just have a monster truck one.
Yeah.
Right, like the first scene you see, like where he's driving into Wesley's house after they don't get his nephew the job back. And
How
he-
discreet.
Yeah, it's like, okay, this has to come into play later
Yeah.
on. This is
There's
insane.
no way you just have a monster truck for nothing.
Just, I mean, monster trucks. I feel like were really big back in the '80s.
Probably there
Probably,
too.
Yeah,
Well, it's because it's,
It's Missouri, baby.
Who's the most famous one?
I-
Bigfoot? Is that what it was?
yeah.
The blue
I think,
one?
I think it was.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
But yeah, for me, it was where he just destroys a car dealership out
Yeah.
of nowhere.
Because those are the moments too. Again, it's me thinking like,
That's where he
wait,
sealed his own grave, dude. Spoiler alert.
it's
Yes.
it's beyond the movie, and they're obviously not thinking that way. But I'm like, what do you do after that? Like, does he just drive off in the monster truck just casually back to Brad Wesley's, and everybody else is like, well, I had a down payment on that Woody. Maybe get a little refund. I don't know.
Yeah.
Like, it's just weird. Like, you just...
Hey, you got insurance, right?
Oh,
Did you get the
you
insurance?
didn't get the protection plan, huh?
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Classic.
Act of God.
Okay, so next I have the new and included Swayze Speed Dating.
Love to hear it.
So I say this because, again, going back to the 4-movie run he was on, he did have iconic female roles in all of his movies. The Dirty Dancing Chick, a.k.a. Jennifer Grey. The Wholesome Smoke Show from Roadhouse, a.k.a. Kelly Lynch. Demi Moore in Ghost. The Free Willy Chick in Point Break, a.k.a. Lori Petty.
Free Willy chick.
Surprise 5th edition. The Slutty Smoke Show from Roadhouse, a.k.a. Julie Michaels.
Is that Wesley's girl
Yeah.
that starts dancing at the end?
Yep.
Yeah.
Sheesh.
Put your pet on a leash.
Yeah. But I said, who would you rather date?
Denise.
Yeah. Who would you rather date out of his 5?
But it's Jennifer Grey.
I love your reaction because
You serious?
Yeah.
she was 16.
She was 18.
Oh,
She
yeah, we
finished school.
Yeah, we redid
You're
it.
not taking the doctor?
No.
The smoking hot doctor?
Yep.
No.
I said it's Kelly Lynch all day. So she's the chick that will make anything look hot. Waking up, sweatpants, hair tied, chilling with no makeup on. You get it. A baseball hat. Literally wears a picnic cloth at one point in the movie and is just an absolute dime.
That's
Yeah.
the,
And she just- Oh, go ahead.
what's her name? Wendy from Wizard of Oz? That's
It-
that dress. That's
Oh,
just
yeah.
that pattern,
Yep.
but red instead of blue.
No.
But she's also weirdly like she's a doctor. She clearly is just like, this powerful woman could stand on her own, whatever. Like, but she's just a ride or die. Like,
Oh, yeah.
You
Has sex in a barn. She goes, where do you live? I live there. Above the barn? Yeah.
sick.
We're doing this right now.
Because in hindsight, you
And then
rewatch
just
it.
goes out on the roof and does it again.
Yeah.
And I'm like, all right.
There's no
I'm
real
in.
like moment or
She's gonna have sex with me. I'm in.
but there's no real moment or chemistry between them. Like, it wasn't that it was bad, but it was like this guy just shows up to get staples in his side.
Yeah.
And you chat it up a bit and you're just like, hey, new guy in town, like, oh, heard about you. And then all of a sudden it's just on.
Oh, yeah.
And
I'm
I'm
like,
like-
well, they went on 2 dates.
Yeah, it's a Swayze effect.
Yeah, it's the Swayze effect.
Yeah. Okay.
But I love that, like, she knew who Wesley was, and as soon as she opened that window, she just saw his house and was like, oh, yeah. I
Yeah.
hope he's watching right now.
We're about to get it on.
Well, that's the thing. Like, I just don't think she dates him.
What do you mean?
Like, continuing on.
Correct. Like,
Yeah.
because she had a
Well, he
relationship.
ripped a guy's throat.
Right. Well, I'm saying like
As
I
a
mean,
learned
how-
doctor.
But
how
that's
she
a win-
had like the whole Wesley backstory.
Yeah.
She knows how awful the double deuce is. She meets this guy who's a bouncer, which I
Yeah.
get the allure of a bad boy. But then like his first date is,
The double deuce isn't
hey,
awful.
do you want to come to the double deuce and get a coffee? No.
Absolutely. But
Because
she
it's
does.
They're
But she
turning
does.
it around because they're trying to basically, the whole premise is
It was
like,
day one on the job. He got cut, knifed.
I know.
It's not.
But that's why I said, so
But
it's
then she came to the place where he got knifed.
and it's a win-win in theory because A, Dalton kicks fucking Brad Wesley's version of Dalton, literally kills him. And then he has to potentially go to the hospital to fix his neck. Doctor has to sew him up or do whatever. That's a win-win.
No, there's no possible way. After the throw up, she couldn't run faster. She's never talking to him again.
While
She
also
comes
being
back and saves his life at Wesley's house.
I know that
Yeah.
in the movies, but I'm
Yeah.
saying if this is playing out in real life, she is done.
you're still
Dude.
slightly turned on though.
Wesley gets killed. Spoiler alert again. I've seen it since 1989. The dude gets murdered.
Yes.
Like straight up murdered
Yes.
by everybody.
Oh, I forgot. I didn't see none. You see some?
Uh,
I didn't see none.
Polar bear fella.
Polar bear.
Outrage.
But then he's
Outrageous.
just like, bet that dude's dead. Dalton, if he stays, he probably's gonna do the red. He's like, hey man, don't marry a fucking ugly chick. She sucks. He's like, I'll just marry your niece. How's that sound?
Well, one up you, brother.
No way, she's out.
Okay. Bizarro Jerry.
Bizarro Jerry.
So this is replacing
Wait,
the-
who'd you say you're gonna date? Oh, Kelly
Lynch
also.
all day,
Yeah.
baby. Yeah.
Man.
The Wholesome Smoke Show. I figured you guys would.
She wears one outfit.
Well, no, and
My
I
God.
figured-
mean, it's iconic. Don't get me wrong.
No, I figured somebody was going to pick the Slutty Smoke Show, Julia Michaels, but I'm like, she's just the girl that's like, you're hot, but everybody just saw you, and everybody like in Brad's crew probably had you to some
Probably.
degree. Like, no, thank you. Icky.
Surprised nobody took Demi more, dude.
I
No,
know.
like Demi less.
But see, and the thing that I don't get about
yes.
that whole Denise character is
Yeah.
because you don't understand if she's Jimmy's girl, if she's Wesley's girl,
Oh, she's Wesley's girl all day.
Yeah.
and she obviously knows how powerful that guy is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There is no possible way she is going to not only position herself, but adamantly try to sleep with Dalton.
Well,
Because she knows she is going to get killed.
I think she's a whore.
Bingo.
B, I think it's the Swayze effect. And then
Classic.
C, it's kind of one of those where like money rules the world, baby. Like Wesley's got the money and she's like, I'm going to probably basically be a prostitute, but I'm going to be like a top tier, like nobody's touching me.
Yeah.
Like,
No, I don't think she...
She's like, if I gotta have sex with Wesley, I'm at least get to throw a Dalton in there once or twice, dude.
But you're not going to do it at the only bar in this town. You're going to find something on the outskirts
Right.
where it may not come out.
or just show up to his barn and just try to hope for that.
Yeah.
Catch the Dalton
right,
D.
at next door neighbor.
Yeah.
While Wesley's watching again.
Right. Because
Yeah.
clearly she paid the price in the next scene where he
Oh,
goes over there. It's like, oh,
Checks her out and she's like,
Ass beat. Yeah.
where'd you get the black eye from?
Oopsies. She got double deuced.
Yeah, she did.
Yeah. Okay. So I just realized in the moment, I did my Bizarro Jerry.
For people now,
No, yes.
like you always do.
now, and I didn't do a
turd.
girl. I did a guy. It's like there's one assignment, and I
You blow it every
royally
time.
fucked it. So do you want me to go last?
Yeah.
Sure,
Okay,
man.
Duck, go for it.
I did a Dalton, Doc, Wade, Wesley. So like the four main.
Okay.
I did that.
Yeah.
So I got Total Recall Sharon Stone as Dalton.
Absolutely.
I could see it.
Ding, ding, ding.
Yeah.
I mean, her name alone, like you could just keep Sharon Stone, and I think she's a cooler.
Yeah. For the Doc, I got young Kevin Costner.
Ooh,
Yeah.
KC.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For Wade, I got Kathleen Turner.
Kathleen Turner.
Just from like Peggy Sue Got Married,
Yeah.
or like Serial Mom, where like she just like goes nuts and starts killing people. It's like
Kathleen
a comedy
Turner.
type thing, but she has like a very raspy voice.
Oh, love it already.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then
That's-
for Wesley, I got like I couldn't find like an older one, so I just went with like Michelle Pfeiffer. I could see her being like evil and like
Yeah.
ruling it and everything like
She-
that, like almost like Scarface, but like she was like the dude, like the head coke guy.
She's good at making like her facial expressions. Like that's how you know it's like a great actor or actress. Like
Yeah.
they don't even say anything, and you're like, I believe you.
Yeah.
Yeah, she could easily. Okay. So here's the next best thing before you go, Skirdad.
Yeah.
I only did Dalton.
And you made it a dude.
I can't believe
And it's a dude. Well, who was the dude?
Yeah,
let me
just
know.
get it over with, man.
So I said I think Jake Gyllenhaal will crush it, and like I would pick him, but no, but I said it's semi what sparked the episode, but I would say my actual pick, Henry Cavill. I think he has the
He's too big, dude.
clean shaven.
Yes,
The-
he's massive.
Yes,
Yeah,
but he has like
humongous.
the clean shaven, cool, calm, like gentleman's look. But then also he would just fuck you up.
I would have went like Matthew McConaughey. I feel like that's like they're like the same.
All right, all right, all right. I'm the
Yeah,
cooler.
he's
You
the
guys are the
cooler.
bouncers. All right. Yeah. Go on. You're up. You're Bizarro
Classic.
Jerry.
Classic.
Yeah, so
My bad.
Henry Cavill.
So for Dalton,
Yes. Has to be a girl.
I have Sharon Stone.
Nice.
Okay.
Love
It's just it fits perfect, like you said. Total Recall. She clearly can handle herself.
Yeah.
She would have been 39 when this movie came out. I mean, prime age just to be a bouncer.
Yeah. Just
Right.
to fucking kick some ass and rip some throats.
Yeah. So basically, I did that. I have Wade. I have Holly Berry.
it. Ooh.
How old would
okay.
she be?
She
She'd
was
be pretty young.
no,
but-
I think 30.
Is she one of those where she was like sneaky old to begin with, but you just never knew?
Yeah, because she's
Like
like
don't crack.
50
Exactly.
something right now. But I mean, again,
I mean, 50 something right now. The movie's what, 39 years, 31 years? Something like that?
I mean, Swayze was he was I think 29 when he was Dalton.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
For the doc, I have Pierce Brosnan.
Ooh,
Another good
I like
one.
that.
Sexy
That's
pick.
sexy.
Yeah, just the guy that just kind of doesn't overpower because I don't think the scenes would have let him.
Yeah.
But it's a guy where you're like, I understand
Very
why
handsome. Very
this
handsome.
person wants to be
Yeah.
with this guy.
I see it.
And then the bad guy, Wesley.
Wesley.
Yeah. I have Michelle Pfeiffer.
Do you really?
Yeah.
Nice.
Okay. You guys
Hell yeah,
are.
dude.
Yeah. You're on one.
She would, I mean, again,
That's
because
it.
Wesley looks a little bit older.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I think she would have been a little younger than what he would have portrayed in that.
Yeah.
But I think she could have played a villain
Yeah. 100%.
just like that. I had Demi Moore kind of penciled in there because I just wanted to see her kind of be. And it was more of like the ghost. I was going off of Swayze type
Yeah.
deal, but I ended up landing on Michelle.
Nice.
Nice.
Love it.
First name basis.
Okay.
You want to make some picks now?
Make some picks.
I mean, you want to do? You going again? Just off the rip now that you know it?
Well, because I need to. Next time, I will play by the rules because I'm just going to think of modern day.
How about we
people.
do it? Yeah, we'll do it this way. We know what actually needs to be done for this segment.
Yeah.
We'll do the Travis addendum.
The modern era?
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, ScarJo's Dalton all day.
ScarJo? Okay.
Yeah, Black Widow.
She's in every one of your movies.
Oh, it's either her or Florence Pugh. Which one do you want? Actually, no, ScarJo is Wade. Florence Pugh, Dalton. Bam. Talk about a sexy pick.
All right.
They're a combo-
Just another
they're-
Black Widow
Circle
movie.
square.
Package deal. The doc would be Daniel Craig. And then Brad Wesley would be, God, who's just a bitch? Oh, the chick from fucking American Horror Story. Who's that chick? I loved her, and then her voice became so...
Sarah Paulson
Yeah. Became
with a lisp.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
I love her.
That's your best pick of all
Yeah.
four.
Well, yeah, she is really good, but it's one of those just over time, like she annoys the absolute fuck out of me because of her voice.
Okay.
But I know that she is an incredible actress, so I'm just like, I get it, but it's tough to listen to you, respectfully.
Yeah.
Seemed like to be a pretty big age gap between Daniel Craig and Florence Pugh.
Okay, so DC can't go in there. Let's fucking plug and play somebody else. Let's flex them out. Let's go off the cuff. Aaron Taylor Johnson? Kick ass?
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
See, he wouldn't overpower the scene.
It's better than Daniel Craig.
He's a smoke bro. I mean, it's that or
Yeah.
Taylor Kitsch. You want Tim Riggins?
Jeez.
Talk about a good Dalton.
Golly.
Yeah. Okay. Well, sorry, guys.
Hey,
Next time, though. Am I right?
we'll
Yeah.
see.
Fourth time's a charm.
Are we doing it? Or are we just letting him do it?
The Trav Dad addendum.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Okay. All right. You should be furious. So, I actually did this one right.
I bet you didn't.
I picked somebody from the Fast and the Furious franchise. I said it's got to be Hobbs, aka The Rock. So, hot take. I think he would play a perfect villain that creates a finale of David versus Goliath like Rocky 4. I think, and to tease it because it's part of the worst and the best, they tie together a bit. But Brad Wesley, like the whole idea behind him is that he just runs this place. And truth be told, you know, when you peel the layers back, you find out it's strictly just because you're a rich fucking dude. Like, you're not strong, you're not anything because...
He
like,
was in the Korean War. I mean,
Yeah.
give him that.
He
He's
had
a war
nothing.
hero.
He brought a J.C. Penney to this town.
Yeah.
yeah, just
7-Eleven, ever heard of it?
Yeah.
24 hours.
either way, it's just one of those, like, you go through like all of his, you know, henchmen to get to this, and it's like, I get that you're, you know, bruised and battered, so it makes it like an equal fight, but I just thought it was a very underwhelming, like, if it would have been somebody else where it's like, fuck, now I got to do this too, like, it would have been great.
I mean, you know, he's probably a sniper in the army. Have you seen his trophy room?
Yeah.
It's full of animals.
The man's
the
hunting.
most animals.
Yeah, but that's just a rifle, and you just shoot.
Yeah, but he also shot Dalton.
Yeah.
Nobody else did.
Yeah, but I mean,
All the henchmen did? No. The old guy did. Why? Because he's not scared to pull the trigger.
there's Bob Lee
You know how many
Swagger, and then
murders-
there's Brad Wesley.
Well, I'm just saying, back in his heyday, he probably murdered hella people.
Yeah,
And it just
but,
got super powerful.
but that's also like, I mean, I've never
Like,
been
starting
to
out,
war.
he probably didn't have money.
No, he killed to get to where he was at.
Yeah, 100%.
Literally and figuratively.
Yeah. He was like, "Oh, I've already killed multiple
So
people
when
in the
he was
military.
younger,
I can just
he was
off
probably
people."
just murdering
Yes.
the shit out of
Well,
people.
then, no.
And then everybody got scared of him, obviously.
No.
So then he just started robbing the town.
I'm going to fight back because this town in Missouri is just podunk as hell. Like, nothing's in it.
Right. So if these redneck, just I don't care people are scared of this guy and are respecting him, there had to be a reason behind it.
Because they get cash flow on the reg. Like, that's what I'm saying. My whole point is, like, these guys could easily just
The
kick.
henchmen do.
Yes.
But if you go to the Double Deuce at the very beginning, as soon as he drives up in the Mercedes, they're like, get a fucking Detroit muscle car, pussy.
Oh, yeah.
Those guys, you
Yeah.
telling me they're just letting him walk into his store and steal all their money and they don't do shit about it?
I don't know.
Yeah, right, dude. Don't tread on me.
I'm just saying. But yeah, I would pick The Rock because I think The Rock takes roles again.
Every role.
Yeah.
The Rock takes every role.
But he would be a great villain. Like, I don't think he does that enough. Like,
What are
has
you
he,
about to find out?
Yeah.
has he ever?
He's not a hero.
He's a fucking vigilante or whatever.
He's
like,
about
it's
to be an anti-hero.
yeah, and I'm like, whatever. Black Adam, no CGI, fucking piss on that.
What movie?
Black Adam, word of the week.
Okay.
Bring it back. Yeah.
I can't believe he went with The Rock. What a terrible fucking pick.
Because again, I think it's like you could put him in place of.
I think you've blown this category every time.
You're welcome. The one guy that has the goatee, like he could be that guy, like that henchman. But I think he would serve better as
With the curly hair that gets fired, the very first guy?
Yeah.
Morgan?
Morgan. Yeah, like
Born an asshole, just got bigger.
literally, and The Rock could be like the out of control bouncer that. I guess maybe you insert like a better Morgan fight because he just shows back up when they're smashing all the booze because they don't want him to serve Wesley's or the alcohol from like an outside source. Just gets kicked in the nuts. Or no, that's the huge tall guy. But
That's
like
the huge tall guy.
they fuck him up there and then he just dies in the end. But like he doesn't really have like a Morgan scene.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think The Rock would be a great fight scene. So
No.
next.
So for me, I mean, if you're gonna say it's square, I don't know. It's clearly Dom.
100%.
Once,
100%.
That's why I didn't pick it. It's a square pick.
no, it
It's
is.
the best pick. Sometimes circles a square, dude.
Yeah. Once Wade dies,
Family.
Family.
whether it's he makes a call, he was like,
Dom shows
oh,
up.
yeah, he has to.
100%.
He called in Wade because he knew he couldn't take on Wesley by himself. Like,
Or needed guidance, help,
because
whatever.
this town is just fucked 3 ways to the wind.
Yeah.
So, okay, all right, my man Wade dies. All of a sudden, Dalton makes a call to, I don't care why you want to do it, a cousin, a brother, Wade's mentor. Somebody's been like, hey, our boy's dead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I need you. He's running into that house now. Boom, car pulls up. Shotgun in hand.
Muscle car.
White t-shirt, tank
Oh,
top.
yeah.
I don't care what kind of dom you're giving me.
Yeah.
And we do it for family.
Oh, yeah. 100%. Wade dies, and then Wade was just like, there was a mentorship between Dalton
Yeah.
and it's Dom. And Dom's just like bouncing at a bar. All he does is get a call, said Wade's dead. He doesn't even finish, just click, boom. Fires up the charger and just fucking drives.
Done.
Yeah. I would need some sort of like Michael Bay 360 back-to-back dual shotguns with Dom and Dalton, and they're just fucking blasting people.
Yeah.
I'm in.
They're probably just fisticuffing everybody, dude.
That too. Just like the
Dom just pulls out a crescent wrench the size of fucking a baseball bat.
yeah, I was gonna say the one fight scene where him and The Rock are like fighting, and it looks like they're just hitting each other with pure concrete, like just insane. It's like, no, you're dead. Like, I'm so sorry.
100%.
Okay, so I'm gonna guess your pick's Dom as well.
Yes, 100%, dude.
Yeah.
It's Dom.
I would. So when I was thinking of it, and again, Dom being the square pick, I said Dom would be a great like true vet bar back that is on the good side.
Yeah.
Like if you wanted one more good person besides like the few they sprinkled in there but didn't really have a role, like it was the really huge guy and then the younger guy that gets in the first altercation with the girl on the table. Like they were on the good guys team. But I think Dom could be like just that bar back that's like, I've seen it all here, Dalton. I'm telling you right now. I don't know why it's going Batman, but
Right.
yeah. But you know what I mean? Like,
Well,
It's
because
either Dom or Michelle Rodriguez.
yeah, I was gonna say, and it's like they would be the quiet, like they're always in the scenes, or like
She's
they
the chick bouncer that everybody just fucking tests all the time. And
Yeah.
then
she's
they
your
get
better
beat up.
Bizarro Jerry, man,
who
than Florence Pugh.
Michelle Rodriguez.
Yeah.
Pew.
Puke.
Yeah, for that pick.
You're gonna have
So
fucking
good.
Florence Pugh take on The Rock.
Yeah,
Yeah, believable.
Love-
100%.
love it.
It's terrible.
David versus Goliath. That's why I said it.
When they blow up Emmett's place,
yeah,
is that before? That's before Wade gets killed, right? Because once Wade dies, that's when he's like, okay, I've got to end this.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I mean, you could have had one
He
conversation.
kills Jimmy, and that's why he killed his right hand man,
Yeah.
so he kills his
yeah.
man.
So
'Cause
you
they're
could
like, we're
have
outta
had
here.
one conversation earlier in the movie where Emmett's talking to Dalton. I had a son somewhere. I haven't talked to him and blah
Right.
blah blah. So
Yeah.
you don't make any other mention to him.
Emmett's son shows up.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
and it's Dom. I mean, you write this. This doesn't write it. I mean, come on, this is easy.
I'm in.
This is easy.
What's that loft above the barn been for? It's my son's.
Hasn't been here in 20 years.
Exactly. Now all of a sudden he's in illegal street racing in California.
His number's on the desk. I haven't called it. I'm too afraid.
1-800-DOM.
It
1-800.
just flies down like in the blowing up.
Yeah.
It just
Yes,
has the one like
just has
lit
to make
corner,
it.
just
Yeah. Like
ashes away. And he's like,
555 Toretto.
So good.
Yeah. Okay. That's honestly, I love it. Call Jake Gyllenhaal. Call whoever's made. Call the studios. Okay. Worst and the best of the movie. So again, I already spoiled it a little bit. I just said Brad Wesley was a big letdown for me being the final boss. I think it could have been better. Like they fight in his showroom. it's, I get that they're going back and forth, and then it's just the classic, like, Dalton's like, I'm going to be better because I'm about to fucking throat rip you.
Yeah.
Kelly Lynch walks in and is like, my old husband, something, whatever.
Yeah.
And then he just pulls out the peeniest little 6-shooter and proceeds to get blasted by, I think, 5 or 6 12 gauges.
Yeah. It's just her uncle, Red.
Well, it's the whole town.
Yeah. Whole town just comes and just like, hey, man, guess what?
But
if we just kill this guy,
Right.
we'll be all right.
I was thinking
It just
too.
took massive years
Blowback.
of destruction.
Because then
and
they're like,
just
well,
terror for them to be like,
they're like, well,
oh.
he has the cops in their back pocket, and I'm like, yeah, he's probably murdering cops too. So if you kill him, they're probably like, oh,
Cut the head off.
we can
this
just
dude's not gonna kill me now. Yeah, this guy sucks.
'Cause
Self defense, all around.
So I was thinking
Self-defense
about
all
that.
around.
And again, it's going
I'm
out.
not getting paid by anybody. I can just do my job like a normal person.
Yeah.
Oh,
Nobody's
okay.
skimming 10%
Cool.
off the top every month, like where I just don't have money that I should.
Yeah,
But I said it's going outside of the movie again and just overthinking where you're afraid of him. Why? Like, you can just kill him. So I thought of it like, maybe they're just not good with money or they're not smart enough. So they'd like kill Brad and they'd be like, well, fuck, now our town's
Dalton
screwed.
took out all his men. Literally took out all of
The
his
henchmen, but I think the biggest thing that loomed over everybody's heads was like, if he goes, the town subsequently goes too, which doesn't obviously make sense, but he's the money plug.
Yeah.
So somehow he's, again, getting the JCPenney's, getting this place like up and running, but at the same time, it's just all dirty shit money anyways. So
Well, it's the fear factor. I mean, it's in
Yeah.
every movie where I think about. It's like, why doesn't somebody in the gang just kill the guy?
yeah.
And we take over.
Yeah.
Because it's that we can't do it, and then the one wild card is the one that finally you're like, oh, I get it.
So let's
All right.
let's play a little. Let's do a little hypothetical here. So again, we're back in 1989, I believe.
Yeah.
So you're one of Wesley's henchmen. He's giving you in 89, we'll say $80K a year to just be around. You say no?
No.
No, because those henchmen had nothing else in their life.
And that's what I'm saying. So in some, simplistic mindset, they're like, well, if we take him out, like that's fine and dandy. Now this is like ours, but the cash flow stops. Like they don't, again, I don't think they have the knowledge to continue the cash flow. Like Wesley is the guy.
Yeah.
Well, I don't think any of that. I'm not arguing that any of the henchmen should have taken him out. I'm saying, like, why didn't Red just fucking kill him?
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
I get it.
Hire him dead.
I get it. John Wickham.
Well, because
Awesome.
then they still had like the fear that the police was in his back
That's
pocket,
probably
and I'm
true.
like, you stupid.
Yeah. Okay. That was your worst from the movie.
My worst was Steve the bouncer.
Steve. Steve. You're going to be my regular Saturday night thing, baby.
Yeah.
Steve was just a
I'm on my break. Yeah, cool. Stay on your break.
it. Yeah, dude, he was a hornball.
100%.
God.
And he was just like the gross dude that, like, for some reason, everybody thought he was hot. And I'm like, this dude's not hot.
I think Steve is the classic, like, just loiters around high schools, and it's like, brother, you peaked like 10 years ago.
Yeah. You saw the girls that were coming in there, and they're
I mean,
all
let somebody
underage.
come in with what? What do they say? This is like a credit
This
card.
is a
or-
library card.
It's like, this is an expired credit card.
So
Oh, it's
clearly they're
Come
not
on in.
21.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, ooh,
Bad look.
Steve.
Yeah.
Dalton's been there. Dirty Dancing. Grow up.
She was 18.
good. Back.
Date your own age. Yeah. Okay. I like it.
Yeah.
Screw that. What's your worst?
So mine is, it's the opening scene, and I get they have to play it up like this is just some shithole, but no one would ever go in there, especially a female. Like when you
The double deuce?
Yes, like when
Yeah.
you rewatch it, just look at the floor.
Oh, yeah. It's
There's glass.
covered.
I literally think that there's blood and liquid.
sawdust.
Like
Yeah.
you
From all
could
the throw up and liquid that just gets spilled. It's just
Yeah.
sawdust everywhere.
correct. So like even if you're like
Yeah.
that guy that just wants to get into fights, at some point nobody else is going in there
Yeah.
unless a guy who just wants to fight you, and you're probably not going to make it to the double deuce.
Yeah.
There's no way that place is still in business by the time Dalton gets there.
There's
mean-
so many rape charges in that.
Correct.
Yeah.
The very
1,000,000%.
first scene Dalton sees drug deals. He sees a guy just literally
Skimming.
whore out his girlfriend.
Yeah.
It's like for 20
20
bucks you can kiss her
them.
boobs.
Oh, yeah.
Nope.
Yeah.
I ain't got 20 bucks.
Yeah.
Just like, yes.
Straight
Power of the
fondling
boobies,
those
baby.
things, dude.
Power of the boobies.
Underage, and it's just like, no.
But I think it kind of, to devil's advocate, to, go the other way with it, it's in a hometown like that where it's just grunge, is like grunge, Missouri. if you're in there, you become, dare I say, like some of the elitists.
Grunge?
No, like you're elite grunge. So like getting in there is almost like a rite of passage. And if you bring a chick with you, again, it's weirdly enough sounds like you can make money off of them, which is terrible. Or it's like, I have this chick, you know, I've earned her respect, the right to bring her in here. Like, I don't want to fuck this guy. You know what I mean?
I guess.
No, like you're going in there.
Guns hot.
Yeah. And just the turnover. I mean, they break every table in the bar.
I always wonder
100%
about
all the
that
time.
too. Yeah.
They're not
Glasses, tables, chairs,
correct.
broken every
They don't
week.
have the inventory to make that place open the next night.
Yeah.
This is what's bad. Was it a person or a bar stool that got thrown and it shattered the entire back bar? Like
It was
all
when
the,
Wesley was there, and then his henchman just chucked the. It was after they had it running,
Yeah.
and then it was like the very first fight between like Jimmy just beating the shit out of Wade, and then Dalton comes.
And then how crazy is it too that he basically turns it into a quasi strip club in the moment, which if you're there, let's be honest, coolest thing ever. Like you're talking about that night for a long time. Like, hey man, went to the Double Deuce, casual Thursday. Next thing you know, this chick's just fucking
Hottest girl in town.
Yeah.
Hottest girl in town.
just stripping her ass off.
Jimmy's girl.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. And then you see just like bar fight / kung fuery with
Yeah.
Jimmy and the pool stick, puts it into Fatty, flips over him, and then just starts fighting the old guy instead of Dalton because he's like, well, I'm going to kick the shit out of your boy first, and then I'm going to go after the main.
yeah.
And then Brad Wesley out of nowhere just shoots a gun. It
Yeah.
just says,
All right, boys.
All right, that's enough.
then working out, Dalton. And I'm like, you can't just shoot a hole in the roof. Like, you just fucking popped one, just a desk pop.
Desk pop.
And then I
Yeah,
love
I'm
that
like,
the owner of the
fuck,
Double
man.
Deuce is just like, oh man, I saw him yesterday. Wesley was so scared. No, he wasn't. He's the one with the gun.
Yeah, dude, I saw him.
He was scared.
he was-
Dalton got him scared.
Yeah.
Dalton's like, no, the fuck he was not.
No.
Hot take, that guy is the biggest bitch in the whole movie. Like, that dude was just...
The owner of it?
Yeah, he was like, how much money can I just throw at this place? I just want it to be better. It's like,
I mean,
fucking
if you, hey,
grow
if
a
you want a
sack.
Buick, if you want to call for a good Buick.
So good. And like when you see that opening scene where he pulls up, the Double Deuce looks like it was the size of Pierre's. Like
Yeah.
it was a massive barn
Yeah.
looking thing.
structure in the middle of
Yeah,
nowhere.
and you get in there and it's like one little stage in a bar.
Love it.
You're like, what?
Half of it was just his office.
There was that upstairs pool table area. Don't think I didn't notice. I love
Oh,
a good
yeah,
pool
those
table.
upstairs pool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just the Double Deuce isn't still open by the time Dalton gets there.
I don't know what, but when Dutch said the Buick, it reminded me of when he realizes like I can't drive my Mercedes anywhere. I gotta like go get a shitter real quick. He goes to that lot and the dude's just like, she's a runner. He's just like, these work? Sure do. The fucking headlights that just
And
over.
then he just immediately buys like 12 tires
He just knows right
because
away.
he knows we're getting slashed.
He gets
Yeah.
it.
Slashed from my
Oh my
tires.
gosh.
Oh, he
all day
comes
long.
out and sees it and he just is smiling. He's like, yep, I get
Do
it.
it.
Yeah.
Let me check my jacket
I
off.
won in there, but I lost out here. All right.
How many days a week is the Double Deuce open?
I feel like it's open 7 days a week.
I know it has to be for a fact the like 11 to 4 a.m. bar Monday through. I would say 7 days a week, which that's what a bar should be. You're a bar. Like if somebody wants to
You're
go
saying
in
like
there,
11 p.m.
no, 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. like or 4 a.m. like, you know what I mean? So it's like
Oh.
you know you can go there for lunch,
for like lunch and
Y-
stuff.
Yeah, like I think that's what a bar should be. It's like you entertain people casually throughout the day, but it's like if somebody just wants to go on a bender, like
Is
I'm
Dalton working every day?
Dalton's working every day.
Thursday through Sunday.
So
I feel
4
like
days a week?
I feel like once he's like to get it started, he's working every day, and then he's just working the weekend.
He establishes the dominance, and then he's
yeah.
like,
once it was like,
So for probably
The
6
Double
months, you
Deuce.
think he's working?
oh, at
oh
least
yeah,
maybe a year.
and
A
there every day.
year.
365 doesn't sleep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like there was probably like I would say that movie was probably like a 6-month turnaround for that place.
Right.
From when it got to like the Double Deuce with the neon lights,
Yeah.
take the chicken coop wire off of the stage.
At first, it completely threw me off every
And then
time
there's
they
the
would
fucking
like
giant line and actually have the people outside with the
Yeah.
velvet ropes, and you're just like, all right.
they're
Dalton's like, I did it. And
You-
then I feel like that's when he just gets in the truck with the doctor.
yeah
He's just like,
So for based
Place
off
is
of
running
his
itself.
agreement early on,
yeah
he has a $5,000 signing bonus,
huge
$500 a night.
yeah
So if he's working 7 days a week, just for say 6 months,
yeah
$85K,
say less
and then just being done.
yeah. It's basically like you work
that's how he
the,
forced a Mercedes, dude.
you work the summer at the deck.
I
You
mean,
put
I'm gonna
away
guess
smooth
that
50,
kind of money
60.
back then's probably $300,000-$400,000. nowadays.
especially in
Yeah.
grunge Missouri.
Yeah.
Like, there's nothing there, and everything there's probably $1. If I had to take a guess,
And I
But,
don't,
like,
I don't know if
how
it's worth
small,
it.
How small is this town to where it was like just the ruffians were going to there?
yeah,
And then by the end of it, I felt like the whole town was just in line trying to get into the double.
Like, oh, the Deuce is cleaned up.
well, and that's what I didn't
Yeah, you
understand.
know what I mean?
Either.
Did you guys
like
hear what
the
Dalton
line-
did down there?
The line is just wrapped around the building.
Yeah, it took me a minute to realize like they're giving you like flash forwards of it's being remodeled as the movie goes on. Because I'm
Yeah.
like, why are they at a different bar? I was like, what the? And I was like, oh, it's still the Double Deuce. Like, my
Yeah.
bad, never mind.
Because the dude
Yeah.
shows the plan like at the cooler moment,
Yep,
like while he's talking, like right before they just like
All the
these are my plans for the double
blueprints and-
deuce, baby.
yep. Okay, so then best of the movie. Mine was I have two. This might be the staple 3B movie:
Yeah, 100%.
bromance, brawls, and boobies.
Yeah.
Sick. What more could you want?
Sick.
1A, slight 1B. It's the Jeff Healey band, man. They have great songs. Like, it's just a great little plug of a band that's not famous, not really known, but it's just this blind guy riffing on the guitar.
Yeah.
And they just love Dalton. Like, I don't know how they know each other.
Because he was probably they were working at another bar.
Oh, yeah.
that he
He's
was-
been at multiple shitty
that he was
dive
doing.
bars.
Okay, that's
as a
I
performer.
was wondering their connection because they obviously, he like goes up to him. He's blind and he's like, shh.
Yeah.
And like, he's sneaking up
and
on
all
him.
the drummers are like, "What's up, Dalton?"
Yeah.
And they're tapping him up.
But yeah, Jeff Healey, man.
Not too bad for a blind guy.
Yeah.
Thought you'd be
Blind
taller.
white boy.
I thought you'd be bigger. Okay,
Yeah.
sir. Look the other way.
Also, man, that's my best too. Is it? It's your 3Bs.
Yes.
I'm just going off of your 3Bs.
It's so good.
Mainly the boobies. But you just gotta love it.
Honk honk. Yeah, you don't even see it coming really either. Like,
And it's like Wade is like the best cooler, but yet he's just working at a strip club. And like the way they
Yeah.
make it seem is like Dalton's like talking to this dude on the phone, and it's like broad daylight where he's at, but yet it's like 2:00 in the morning, and these army dudes are just shit bombed
yeah.
and just trying to get on stage to the strippers that are at the wet t-shirt contest. And
Yeah.
I'm like, what part of the country is this dude on? Because
Also,
like we're in the Midwest, you can't be that far away.
Right?
Like you're not 10 hours ahead of me.
well, and the weird thing with Wade too, like you were talking about earlier, is he like casually almost tries to hit on the dock, like in
Yeah.
front of Dalton,
Oh yeah.
and then right from the rip, he just is like, "Yeah, check out this scar, Doc," and just like whips out his bush.
Yeah.
Like you just see just his fucking like the V on his crotch, and he just has this huge gash, and then it's just bonsai tree bush.
Yeah.
Like, what's going on
That's
here,
how it was
Wade?
in the 80s, dude.
Yeah, pull your pants up.
I will say, though, man, that opening scene of the movie, like where you see Dalton from the side profile,
And he's just,
you're just like, okay, this guy gets it.
yeah,
But when they call Wade and he's just sitting up against the bar and he has that like dark gray salt and pepper,
Oh yeah.
you're like, this guy has been through it.
miles
I
on
am
him.
scared of this guy.
Dude, my second favorite part is like when Wesley's in the bar, like right before Jimmy and him fight, he just automatically like sees the girl get on stage and he's just like, okay, and then puts his hair up in like his half pony. And
Oh,
he's
yeah.
like,
Yeah.
it's going down.
He
I
knows
just
it.
hope you know this is going.
He's like,
down.
we're about to get a show, and then we're gonna have to put on a show, and this is gonna suck. But I am ready. Sports mode.
Yeah.
Boom. Top bun or no top knot.
Top knot. There you go.
He's just like,
Yeah.
let's do it.
Okay. Skirt out. What's your best?
So my best, which I want to say kind of was the theme of the movie for me, or like maybe on a deeper level.
Boobies?
He made mention to it a couple different times where, again, his whole premise of being a cooler, be nice,
Yeah.
don't have to do anything.
Yeah.
And when he meets the doc for the first time, would you ever win any of these fights? Nobody wins a
Nobody
fight.
wins.
Yeah.
It's just like his mantra. It's like, I'll do it if I absolutely have to.
But I don't tally them.
I don't have
Yeah.
to. And at the end of the day, when you get into one,
50 and
both
0.
people are probably losing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's how he got the doctor, dude. She was like,
Yeah.
don't know why it's in your medical files, but it says here you graduated from NYU,
Yes.
so you have a
Philosophy.
degree. And
Yeah.
He's like, yeah, philosophy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's like,
I mean,
all right.
he
He's
knows.
like, just faith.
Right.
Want to be a better person, just shit like that. And she
Yeah,
just goes,
he knows-
I don't think
You can know
graduated.
you're a badass and just be nice.
Yeah, but he knows like both people lose, like figuratively, but then literally people are losing their throats.
Yeah.
Like
Yes.
he's taking physical things from people.
Again, he
Like-
won the fight when the nephew was supposed to come back, but he also got stabbed
Yeah.
twice.
Yeah.
Don't know how much he won.
Yeah.
He survived.
And then I love that he's just like, yeah, man, nobody wins in this fight. But then she's like,
you just
once
won
she
here.
goes back up there and he's like, yeah, I know why you're here. You want me to fucking leave. Well, I ain't doing it. And she's like, why? why do you have to be I'm the guy that doesn't lose? And you're just like,
Okay.
buddy,
Yeah.
do you want to fight or do you not want to fight?
I was
You
gonna
hate
say,
this
yeah.
No, you said in the doctor's office.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Yeah, that
just
was
like,
before I had sex with you.
all right, now you're
It's
just
the
big
real
dick.
me.
Yeah, big dick and everybody. Like, sheesh. Okay. Lastly, the ranking system, the relationship meter. So, I don't have the paper with us, but basically, we judge the movies based off of what closely fits to some type of relationship, whether it be like a high school sweetheart, married with children, a one night stand, a fling, you name it. So whatever you feel is necessary for the movie. For mine, I chose the Great White Buffalo.
Great White Buffalo?
Great White Buffalo. So I said he will always be the one that got away, literally, because he's dead. So, but again, I think it helps his legacy tremendously.
100%.
R.I.P.
100%.
But yeah, it's the movie that I think, again, like Hollywood is still chasing it, and they're bringing in grade A talent to try and recreate it, reproduce it, whatever. But it's just one of those, like, you watch it and you're like, fuck, man, it'd be so cool to see Swayze like do some shit, and you're like, you can't. He's fucking dead.
Yeah.
Like, and it's just a bummer.
Yeah, that tends to be a bummer for
Yeah.
a lot of things and a lot of people.
Yeah, when
Clock's
people die.
done.
But it's almost, I don't want to say a necessity for people to be recognized and for these types of conversations have. I mean, 9 times out of 10 when someone's alive, you're not like, man, this guy, this girl, like they got it. Like they were the best of their time. I mean, you argue it with sports.
Yeah.
But no, it's when someone's gone is when you realize it's like, yeah, this guy had it.
Hindsight,
This
yeah.
guy was a goat.
But that's why I think Swayze is one of those people that, I mean, he was doing some like cop show, I think, before he got really sick, and they had like a few seasons of it.
Uh-oh.
But he didn't look like Swayze, you know what I mean? Like that look he had from like 80 to 90 or like 95, if you will, was just like, you couldn't top it. Like the dude just fucked.
I mean, he
danced
had like
with
a bunch
Farley.
of different looks. I don't know what look you're talking about where you're like, that look?
Basically like borderline mullet, and just the dude was just, it was
He had the mullet in Roadhouse. He had short hair.
mullet in Point Break.
Ghost. He had blonde long hair. It wasn't a mullet.
But you know what I mean?
Blonde long hair.
Like he had like when he
It's
looked
Bodie.
like younger,
It's
I
surfer
guess,
hair,
or like
dude.
just that mature, like you're
He
mid-
looked younger before he had chemo when he was 50. Yeah, but
But that's what I'm saying. So it's like,
It changed the way he looked. Damn it.
well, because again, I think of these guys like Stallone and Schwarzenegger to bring him back up again. It's like, just let go. Like, quit trying to make these movies where you're the guy. Like, go be the crazy cameo or somebody that's like, you come in and you do something, but you're not a pivotal plot. Like, you're not Rocky. You know what I mean?
I feel like that's how Arnold Schwarzenegger is now. But Sylvester Stallone, he's
Yeah, I was going to say,
don't know
keep saying
what show.
Schwarzenegger. I don't think he really,
Like
I mean, he
after
might
he
have
became
made
the governor, he was just
a
like all right.
Terminator movie more than you should, but everybody's making. I mean,
Yeah,
Harrison
but that's like
Ford
cameos.
is
Yeah.
going to be in then fucking
Indiana
another
Jones.
Indiana Jones
Yeah.
movie.
But
Yeah.
I feel like Schwarzenegger's on the cameo tip. Like he does like
More
the
so.
cameos.
Yeah, he's not
because
trying to headline
Stallone
anything.
pulls
Okay.
him in with like the
Expendables.
Expendables or like
Yes.
that prison movie. I don't know if you watch it, Escape Plan.
Oh, yeah.
That's not bad.
I think it's
I
one of
watched
those.
it, I'm not going to lie.
Well, yeah, I think it's one of
I
those
watched all
again.
4 of them.
There's 4?
Duh, dude.
There shouldn't have been 1.
I mean, it was a good premise of a movie.
God, I'd rather.
Were they all this, like, they weren't in the same 4 movies, right? Like, it
No.
wasn't like a franchise. They just remade it, like, with,
Yeah, so it's just going to different prisons.
was Stallone in 4 movies?
Yeah, Stallone was in all 4 of them.
That is a fucking.
Maybe I
money
saw at least
grab.
2, but I was like, I get it.
Okay, all right, Dad.
Yeah.
What's your relationship ranking of the movie?
I would say High School Sweetheart with
Okay.
it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't go out of my way to watch it, but if it's on, I'm gonna watch it because it was a good time.
It is.
And then I still think with Hollywood, like grabbing at it again, that's just tugging at people's heartstrings. I feel like that's what a High School Sweetheart is. It's like that's the nostalgia of it.
Yes.
So I feel like that's what it is.
I think you brought up a good point. Like, if it's on, you'll always watch it. I don't know. I put this movie up there with. There's not a bad time to jump into it.
Yeah.
Like at any point in time, it's just good. Like I would argue, the lowest it gets, and that still being a pretty not high, but a good moment, is when it's him, Wade, and the doc, kind of just like meet and greeting, going to the diner. Like
It's like that part's slow, but then like the very ending's slow. Like all you just see is the henchmen on the ground. You don't see him beating their ass. I mean, the one guy, but then he's like already seeing 3 that he took out, and you're just like,
oh, I guess
all right.
when Brad's creeping around and like trying
Yeah.
to figure out what's going. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, truth be told, after they kill Wade, and he like is like, okay, I have to go do this. I kind of don't watch the end of the movie.
You fucking wish, dude, when he puts the dude's knife in the gas pedal and just sends his Mercedes to the fucking moon right into Wesley's like driveway. Love it.
I love how they skeet shooted it and then
blow it
up.
up. Yep. Like it
Okay.
barrel rolls. He hits the gas can like perfectly. You're just like, sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then he pulls his knife out and then he's mad at him like, oh, this motherfucker. And you're like,
Yeah.
For real?
he wrecked his own car, gave you your knife back.
What is he? He
Like,
says
calm
something.
down.
He's like, we got to get that prick. And
Yeah.
it's just like, dude, it's just on. And then throws the knife in the one guy. I mean, he just goes on a killing spree.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
Polar bear fell on me. Which, can we talk about that guy real quick? Is it Tinker?
I don't know what the fat guy's name is.
Yeah.
man.
Is it?
I think it is Tinker. I think he does say it because he's like, you know what? I believe you, Tinker. And the other dude's trying to apologize. He's
Yeah.
like, I don't believe you. Punches him and he's like, all right, man, get up. You're good now. You know, that's
Well,
why I
pick him up.
Yicka-pow. Get this fucking coward out of my house.
Well, how weird
He
is it?
bleeds too much.
But they literally just let this guy change teams like it's nothing.
Yeah.
Like you were a henchman 5 minutes ago.
He gets it, man. He was big and dumb.
Yeah, dude.
They're just like, hey, you know what? Concussed polar bear? Yeah, fuck it. Join our team, Tinker. You're fine.
You know what you did was bad? Yeah. All right, come on over.
All
Yeah,
right, man.
Sounds good. Come on, Tank.
You
He
want to
made
come be
me
a
do it.
bouncer at the Double
He
Deuce?
made me do it.
All right, what's your rank it relationship meter score?
Yeah, it's High School Sweetheart for me. It's one where I liked this movie way more when I was younger, infatuated, if you will,
Yeah.
almost like a first love.
I've grown into it.
As you get older, like you said, you might see a commercial for it or hear something. You're like, oh, let me revisit this for a
Yeah.
second. Creeps in, but it's not something that I go out of my way to watch, to turn on.
Yeah.
You see a clip or two, but you're like, yeah, Roadhouse.
This pain
I mean, you just like,
hurts
I feel
me.
it's like it's got its stages. So, like, obviously, I was younger the first time I watched it. So
Correct.
It's boobs.
Yeah.
You just watch it for the boobs.
100%.
Then you watch
There's
it for the
way
kung
more in
fu.
the beginning than I thought that
Oh,
there
yeah,
were.
it's
I
way
was
more
rewatching
boobs,
for this
baby.
pod. I'm like, I don't remember that.
Tits are
Lots of
tight,
boobs.
dude. Tits are tight.
Like,
yeah.
oh,
Sprinkled throughout this thing.
80s.
Yeah.
And then you're just like, all right, man, let's do some kung fu in this joint.
Yeah.
I love it. Karate.
I think it's actually just a good movie.
Karate was just so back in the 80s.
I almost had that as my worst, where
It was the karate.
he's doing the Tai Chi, and Emmett is looking at him like he has never seen somebody do anything remotely close to this in his life.
He probably has.
He
He's
looks out
probably
that
looking-
window and he's like, "What is this?" And it has the weird, like, almost music and lighting going
Well, he
towards it.
looks at it and he's like, looks at his license plate, says New York, and he sees it doing the Tai Chi, and I think he just thinks he's a homosexual. And he's like, I don't know if I can
He's
have
just
this
like-
guy in my house anymore.
This guy's got layers to him, man.
And then he finally got laid by the chick, and he's just like,
Okay, you can stay.
all right, man,
My man.
you got some company up there?
Yeah. You got
Yeah.
a girl with you?
They leave? Yeah, she just left this morning. He goes, all right. Yeah, she did.
I will say this, though.
$100 a month sound good to you? Can you do that?
Yes,
He's
sir.
like, whatever keeps you in
Keep it
God's
good-
good graces, man.
Keeps you in the good graces of the church.
I will say this though, when he's pissed off, and I forget if it was after he just killed Jimmy, and he's just in the barn, just going like straight up, just montage working out, and he's like,
That's
climb-
right before he kills Jimmy.
Is it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Because I know he's in the sweatpants, punching the shit, climbing the rope, like just doing this whole like weird barn workout. And when he fucking swings at Wade, and Wade just snags it,
Yep,
that
it's great.
to me, that is one of the most badass things you can do
Oh,
as
yeah.
a man.
Catching a punch,
It's just
dude?
catch a punch, and I mean, he doesn't flinch,
Especially when
He
there's
just-
no recoil.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he
it's just
just-
your hand stops when my hand grabs it.
Yeah, it's like Thanos level. Like, I mean, the Hulk's just a
It just gives him the, you don't want to do this, mijo.
Yes.
Like, all right, dude.
Miho.
Yeah.
Word of the movie.
Oh, it's
just
great.
Great. Needs to be used more. So good.
But when you were talking, again, not to try to circle back here to worse as we're trying to wrap up on a high note,
Yeah.
but when you're talking about how like the shit talking is just insanely bad,
Yeah.
what again, this was one of my worst when I was kidding categories. One of the pickup lines at the beginning of just one of the drunken idiots,
Yeah.
and I don't know if it was to the bombshell, Denise.
Oh, the vodka rocks.
yeah, vodka rocks. You want to get nipples to nipples? What?
And then she just goes, I can do that myself.
Has
I can
that
do
ever worked
myself."
for
And I'm
you,
like,
sir?
What?
I mean, I get the clientele in the Double Deuce is not up to par, but there's no way that worked on anybody ever.
To his very minute defense, he looked plowed. Like he was
sure.
already gone. And yeah, he's just like, vodka rocks. What do you say? We get nipples and nipples. And you're just like,
No.
are you just saying words right
Yeah.
now? Like, this
Yeah.
is
I loved
terrible.
it.
Put something better together here, brother. Like, this is painful.
Yeah. And then I
Roadhouse.
love how he's just, again, the worst dude in there, just hitting on that chick again, probably underage. And he's like, hey, man, we supposed to go break up this fight? And he goes, nah, they're brothers. They got it.
Yeah. It's like, they're brothers. They'll figure it out. Yeah. But okay, good.
The Double
Roadhouse.
Deuce.
1989.
The double deuce.
R.I.P. Swayze.
R.I.P. Happy birthday, death day.
Happy Death Day.
There we go.
Bye.